Hello everyone, welcome. My name is J Pestridge. Welcome to another P3D video, and in this video this is a step-by-step tutorial on how to install my global enhancement pack for P3D version 5.3. Now the global enhancement pack comprises of all my previous packs, the oceanic pack, the terrain pack, the sky pack, and the atmospheric pack, all bundled together in one easy installation. I'm going to show you exactly step by step everything you need to do in order to install this product. It's a fairly evolved process, but once you do it, it is fairly easy, and it's it's going to transform your simulator P3D from, you know, what it looks like currently to what you're seeing in this video, which for me is a lot better. Now currently, right now, I'm not running a weather engine, just so you can see the textures down on the ground. If I ran a weather engine here, we're in England, chances are I might not see much because it's always overcast. So I'll run the weather engine in a bit so you can see how it works with it. But like I said, this is a tutorial step by step, so I'll tell you exactly what each pack contains. Then I'm going to run through the tutorial on how to install it, and at the very end, if you're not happy with it, I'll tell you how you can easily remove it from your simulator and return it to a state that it was at before. Pretty easy. So what these packs contain, firstly, the oceanic pack. It contains ocean water replacement textures for the entire world, for all the coral areas, for all the oceans. It replaces the wave texture that you see and increases its height by double, making it look more photoreal. And like I said, that goes for every piece of water you see, be it a lake, a stream, an ocean, or even the corals. They've all been updated and replaced. And it also includes new shoreline wave animations as well. So I think Lockheed Martin might have actually removed those shoreline wave animations. So this basically replaces them, or makes them look a lot better. The terrain pack. Now the terrain pack can work alongside Orbex products. What you're seeing here as we fly over England is I am running Orbex Global Base, Orbex Vector, and Orbex Land Class for Europe, and that is it. I'm not running any mesh for this area. I'm not running any True Earth or any regions. I'm just running those Orbex products and my global enhancement pack. So what my pack does is it will replace land class textures for towns, villages, fields. It will replace rock textures, tree textures of all seasonal variations, and introduce a few more ones. There is a specific way you're going to have to set up your Orbex Central in order to see my textures, but it's a complete total enhancement that goes down to 50 centimeters and even 30 centimeters in some locations. It includes all seasons, all variations. There are some summer only ones for America, I believe, but this covers the entire world. The Sky Pack is a complete change of your skies, and it only really works with the volumetric clouds. So if you've got volumetric clouds turned off and you're running color textures in the sky, then my pack isn't really going to be seen. You have to have volumetrics turned on, you have to have the slider set to low, and EA ticked as well in order to see what my pack does. And basically what it does is it redesigns the cloud shapes, the structures. It activates all the 4 layers of clouds as well, so you actually see multiple layers of cloud in the sky. It gives the sky a sort of different hue as well in the sky, and it changes the brightness of the HDR throughout the entire world, and reintroduces the ozone layer, which was removed from 5.1. So skies now at the sunset will have more of a purpley hue to them rather than a really deep orange red, and you'll notice on the horizon there might be a browny yellow tint at dawn rather than the just sort of stark red tint that comes out. And the in the atmospheric pack, the scattering of the sky, here you can see the blue hue comes out further, so it looks just more realistic. Basically it looks more like it would on Earth. I've darkened the skies, I've changed the lighting, all the shaders in the atmospheric pack have had an update, so it affects the way the textures look. They're deeper in color. The trees don't have that sort of bright blue white haze around them anymore. They actually fit in quite naturally to the textures of the land below as well. Everything like just looks more realistic, and dare I say probably closer to what the Microsoft Flight Simulator looks like than what you're used to seeing in P3D. The terrain pack also comes, like I said, with updated rock textures, so when you're flying by mountains you'll see different rock patterns, meaning that the mountains now have a different look. There's no mesh at all in my packs. I don't even use any mesh. I use the default mesh. If I do activate a region from Orbex, then there is mesh included, but what you're looking at, I'm not running any True Earth, I'm not running any regions, I'm not running any type of VFR packs, just literally my enhancement pack and then Orbex Global, Orbex Vector and Orbex Land Class. You don't even have to have Orbex installed. It will still look very similar to what you're looking at here without Orbex. It's designed to be used with or without Orbex, basically. The atmospheric pack also changes the way the clouds, the lighting appears on the clouds, the way the shadow appears. It redesigns the way the sun looks as well, giving it a much more natural, realistic bloom to it. It just basically, my pack just basically redesigns the entire simulator, okay? So there are a few settings though that you have to have set in P3D for you to see what you're seeing in my simulator here in your sim. And we're going to go through, I'm going to go through the entire process of what you need to do in order to set your PC up, your graphics card up, and your simulator up ready for the pack when you install it. So first off, let's go through the options that you're going to need to choose that are essential for my pack to work. I would say first off, water detail has to be at ultra, special effects has to be both set to high. I would probably say your texture resolution, you want to probably put that at the maximum and use high resolution terrain textures. Now this slider isn't an essential one, but you do want to see the very best in your sim, but it's going to really depend on your graphics card. You definitely have to have enhanced atmospherics ticked, and you want your volumetric cloud slider set to low. In the lighting section, you want to have dynamic lighting ticked and dynamic reflection set to a minimum of medium. You want your bloom to be somewhere between 0 to 2.0, depending on your own personal level of satisfaction with that. And obviously, you want enable HDR lighting and auto exposure as well to be ticked, and that's basically about it. They're the only required settings in order for this to work. Other than that, you set up your P3D according to what kind of graphics card you got. Now the first step that you're going to need to do is open up your command prompt here, run this as an administrator, so type in CMD down here, run it as an admin. Make sure nothing else is running when you do this, but type in SFC/scan now, because what you want to do is you just want to make sure that your operating system doesn't have any errors or faults on it. So this is going to double check all your Windows operating system installation, make sure that there's no corrupt files, and if there are, it will automatically fix them for you. So when you put my pack in, if it doesn't work for you, if suddenly you're getting crashes, you can rule out the fact that you know Windows isn't causing it. And that's what this verification check does. It should only take 3 minutes to do. If this takes 4 to 5 minutes on your PC, then you got to think maybe your CPU isn't actually up to the task of running P3D. This should literally only take 3 minutes. Once it's done, and if you don't find any errors, brilliant, we can move on to the next step, which is prepping your PC to make sure that my pack is going to look the way it should. And the reason I say this is because I've redesigned the shaders of P3D, right? And they will only look like you see in my video if you have your PC set up a certain way according to your physical monitor that you're viewing. And you may need to change the settings on your actual monitor in order for this to be right. So first thing you want to do is open up your graphics card. Now, I personally have an NVIDIA graphics card. I don't actually have any AMD graphics card, so you're going to have to work out, if you do AMD, you're going to have to work out the equivalent of this. But make sure in the adjust video color settings that you're using the NVIDIA settings. Now, if you've got a 4K monitor, you want to be using the full dynamic range. If you're on a 1080p monitor or a 720p monitor, you want to select the limited range, and you want to do this for every monitor that you have according to the monitor that you have. Under gamma, make sure that they're all at 1.0, and under color, make sure that these are all set to default, that you haven't changed any of these. Other than that, I don't think really there's anything. Oh yeah, in the change resolution section, again, use NVIDIA color settings, and again, select your dynamic range according to your PC. If you make any changes here, click apply, and then just restart your PC. And that's your graphics card pretty much set up. Let's see, this is about to finish here. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your monitor is calibrated absolutely correctly to display color and light appropriately good and correct. So we haven't had any violations here. Good. So come down to the search menu here, type in color management. There it is, and open up this panel, and you're going to come to the section here. Click on advanced, and in my pack there is some ICC profiles, and you're going to make sure that your monitor is set up correctly for these profiles. So next thing you want to, I tell you what, let's actually go get the pack, shall we? Let's make sure that we're downloading it properly. So basically, in the description box of this video, there is a link to my Discord. Okay, when you click that link and head into my Discord, which I'll just put on this side for now, it's going to ask you to check the rules channel. Okay, once you come into my Discord, you should see this. You'll see the rules section. Read the rules. Don't be doing any of this here. I don't know who's doing that, but just click the A. If you don't see the A, refresh the page. You should see the A, because as soon as you come into my Discord, you're given the permissions to see this. Once you click this, these two channels below will automatically open up for you, and you'll be able to head in here, read all about my server, and understand how the hierarchy of the roles take place. Once you do this, it tells you to head into the grab a role channel and to enable more of the server for yourself. So you'll head into this section here, and these are the roles that are available in my server. Now, obviously, flight simulation is what we're talking about here. All you need to do is click this plain button here, and that is it. And it will open up all the other channels of flight simulation that you need. And the only channel that you need to go into is the free Flight Sim Assets channel. And the very first pack here, or the enhancement pack for P3D is what you want to download. So when you click this link, it's going to take you to a page where you'll need to actually have permission to download this. And once I give you that permission, you'll be able to download the pack. So once you download the pack, it's in a zip file. Unzip it, put it on your desktop, and these are the files and folders that you'll have. There is a README here, which you can read if you want, but this video basically supersedes this video. It just tells you the locations of where things will need to go. It also asks you to place these sections inside your P3D CFG, which is super important to do. So we will go and do that now. All you have to do is navigate into your app data location, roaming for Lockheed Martin P3D version 5. And as you see here, it's the app data roaming Lockheed Martin version 5, and you'll come down here to your P3D CFG, and basically you will introduce these settings here under the graphics tab into these sections here for the same, and you'll pop them in, and then literally where is it, down to the last one is adaptation rate scaler. Paste those in, and you paste them all in as they are. Okay, save that file, and then take the two ICC profiles. Now if you're running a 4K monitor, you're going to want the reference display, and if you're running a 1080p or a monitor that isn't using HDR, basically you want to use the best RGB one here. So take these and put these somewhere on your PC, either in the C drive or in the documents folder. And then once you've done that, you can come in here and you can actually add these profiles to your system. So they probably need to change it to all files, and here is the one there. So basically, I don't actually use a HDR monitor. I use a 4K. So basically, I'm going to be wanting to choose. Oh, it's already in there. I'm going to be wanting to choose that one and click add, and then it will show up down here in the list. So all you have to do then is go and assign for your monitor and add it, and done, and done, and that's it. You've now added it. Make sure you've selected it here for the device profile, and then once you've done that, I would probably recommend you restarting your PC and coming back to this page, because you're going to calibrate your display now. We'll run through this calibration tool. Now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using the monitor that you have and its settings. So open up your monitor's settings for picture, change it to either a cinema or a theater profile, and then go in and adjust the values. So turn off all of any auto exposure, auto contrast, auto brightness, auto color, auto noise reduction. Turn all of that off, and you're going to use the settings there to make sure that on the next page it looks like this good gamma one here. So click next, and then all you have to do is tweak it here to make sure that you try and get as close to having no dots in the center as you possibly can. And you'll, like I said, use your monitor settings to do this, as well as that slider there. Once you've done that, click next, and then next again, and then again you want to make sure that it's this center one that the next picture represents. So when we click next, this is exactly what I saw on the previous page, so I don't need to change it. But again, you're going to be using your monitor's brightness level to try and change it to make sure you can see it. Click next, and again we want contrast, so we want this good one in the middle here. Click next, and that's exactly what I saw. Making sure you're using your monitor's contrast settings to change and alter this. Click next, and now we're going to adjust the grayscale. Now in my grayscale, I tend to like a little bit of green. So I toned down the red a little bit, and I toned down a bit of blue, and so it has the sort of greens amplified. Now you don't have to do this, you don't have to do any of this, but this is kind of like what I do. But what you're also doing is you're toning down the brightness of these colors as well. So reds are darker, blues are a bit more deeper, and the greens stand out a little bit more highlighted. Once you finish with that, you can also then go between your current and your previous display, which in all honesty I ain't actually seeing anything here. And then you want to make sure you do your clear type tuner and do run through that as well. You probably want to you'll probably want to restart your PC as well, but basically that's it. And once you've done that and you're using the you're using that profile, you've now kind of set your monitor up correctly, and now we can actually install the pack. So the next thing to do is take the sky shade configuration and the volumetrics cloud configuration, and we want to pop these in to the sim. So first off, you're going to go back to the app data location where we were with the P3D CFG, and basically want to take the volumetric cloud CFG and we want to pop it in to there, overwriting the one that's already there. That's fine. And then with the and you do have to have this program Evan Direct here. Next thing you want to do is come in here, go into the section where you can load a profile. So you want to click load and then load up my sky shade configuration. And then once you've done that, you'll want to clear the shaders, okay, making sure it completely wipes any previous ones you've got. Probably, in all honesty, I'd recommend you deleting your previous shaders anyway, just to make sure. Once you've done that and you've installed the settings, you want to click the green button here to install the shaders into the sim, which I won't do because I've already done. Then come back here, and so we've installed all of this here now, and now literally it's just a case of installing these 4 folders. So you want to open up wherever you've installed your simulator. So if you've installed it into the C drive program files where it defaultly wants to go, you'll go there. If you've installed it anywhere else, go to the root directory of your folders, and basically take these 4 folders and just copy and paste them straight into the sim, and that's it. And it will copy them over. Make sure it's saying copying, because you do want to keep a backup of these. It's 5 gig in size, so it might take some time, and it will ask you to overwrite files when it does this, and you want to click yes, replace the files. Now I would recommend keeping the zipped up copy of this safe and somewhere that you will remember, because if you ever do a repair of your sim, or if you ever update the sim, or if you ever install any airports or any scenery packs, or if you re-verify your files from Morbex, you're going to need to come back in and actually redo the packet, put it in again, because they will be overwritten. But other than that, that's pretty much all you need to do for the installation of my pack. I did say it was pretty easy, but we're not finished yet. We're not finished. The final thing you want to do is head into your sim and make sure it's like, say, maybe nighttime actually, or daytime. I would probably say nighttime though, because you want to make sure that the nighttime looks good to you. Like if this is a bit too bright or too dark for you, head into the live graphics and just by using the brightness slider, you know, you can tone it up or tune it down to however your eyeballs like, remembering that it is actually dark at night and you actually shouldn't really be seeing anything. It should be quite dark. It shouldn't be that bright. So really the only thing you'll be seeing is, you know, lights really, or light bouncing off clouds or stuff like that. You really won't be seeing the fields that much unless they're like really yellowy fields that might show up a slight paleness. But other than that, this is pretty much what you'll see. Once you've done that, head into the daytime and just, you know, is the saturation of the everything to your taste? You know, do you prefer it black and white, or do you prefer it overdone? Like me myself, I just have that set to the 1 point because I find that actually is fine, and that's it pretty much basically. Once you've done that, you've then inserted everything. Okay, don't make sure you haven't started your weather engine, by the way. The final thing you want to do is shut your sim down. You'll have, because you have to restart your sim anyway, and then load up Active Sky. You do have to have Active Sky in order for my pack to work. It hasn't been tested with any other engine, but you do have to come into the options as well, go to simulator depiction, and you do have to prevent the EA messing with my file and tick enable detailed clouds. And once you've done that, and you know you have your engine running as well, you'll have live data coming into the sim. It now is actually going to pretty much look the way it should in terms of the way I've created my Sky pack, or sorry, my global enhancement pack. Everything will be showing clouds. The weather will be properly being depicted as according to the live meta that's coming in. My file, by the way, for volumetric clouds does not change the live metar data. It only defines the cloud shapes. That is all. So it makes the clouds just look more realistic in the sky. It adds the top layer as well, a cirrus layer. It gives like multiple levels of clouds. It honestly doesn't actually change any the way, oh dear, there we go, there's Britain for you. It doesn't actually change anything like the way that they're going to display in the sim according to the weather, because that's what the live weather does, and because it's dynamic, it will change. So it will be constantly changing throughout. We actually need to get down low now in order to actually see anything, because it's a complete whiteout, as it is always usually in Britain. There's the ground. So we can pull up now. And yeah, basically that is it. I mean, here, this is what it's like in Britain, to be honest. A whiteout. So not much to see in terms of volumetric clouds. But this really will enhance the realism for the visuals in your sim, making it a little bit more, I don't know, realistic visually. I just find it a lot better looking, you know, than what it was without this pack. Like I said, if you don't like this pack, there is something you can do to remove it, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that now. Obviously I'm not going to remove it from my sim because I bloody love it, but I'll show you how you can remove it. It's pretty simple really. All you have to do is open up your P3D folder to where your sim is installed, and you want to go in and you want to delete this file here, the entire file, shaders HLSL. You want to do that. You want to go then over to the app data section, to the local app data section for Lockheed Martin, and you want to delete this shaders folder, the entire folder. Once you've done that, you then go into the classic control panel for uninstalling programs, and you basically want to run a repair on your sim by scrolling to the section here for content and scenery, and you want to basically click on it and click repair for the content and scenery sections of P3D. That's basically going to wipe over my pack completely and reinstall the shaders that you've just deleted, which are the main components of my pack. And then all you have to do is run the simulator once and you're back up and running. Now I'm going to try and get ahead. I'm going to try and get on top of this weather because this is really bumsy weather, to be honest. Like, who wants to see this? Let's try and get above the clouds now, and we'll see what the clouds look like from above. The volumetric clouds, like I said, they're meant to make it look a bit more realistic. So as you can see, when you're looking at the volumetric clouds, you know, pretty much above, the waffling effect has been drastically reduced. It doesn't get rid of it, eliminate it 100%. You will still see some waffle patterns. It's the way True Sky is done by design, so you can't get rid of it. True Sky has been designed to look at these, you know, clouds from below rather than above, but if you look, it does heavily reduce them. If we're looking right down on top of them, it's far more realistic cloud patterning than the default, and like very few times you're actually going to be looking directly down at the clouds. You're mainly going to be looking at them like this side on. So, and in all honesty, you do actually can get waffle patterning happen in clouds in natural cloud formations anyway. But for me, these look far more realistic than what the default CFG give you. It's a heavy improvement. And you know, depending on the metar, you'll get multiple layers as well. So you might get some below and above and all around you. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It's been another long one, I know. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them. It's in my Discord. Come and grab it. Don't forget, at the end of every month, I do a giveaway for €50 of Sim Market vouchers. All you have to be with a chance to win is be a subscriber to my channel. Leave a comment down in any one of my P3D videos, and the lucky winner will be selected at the end of every month. When I go live on a vlog on this channel, I select the winner and read out their name, and you just contact me on my about page to collect your vouchers. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.